I had. I thought it was really cool. Although I do want to change a little bit of the blocks here and there. Just so this doesn't look like it's just a random stone brick mess. And then we threw andesite in here and on the 3 column over there. And then we threw cobblestone on the floor here, which is really unique because it's like that ceiling. And no, this platform doesn't go forward. The vehicle actually moves. Over here is where I'm thinking of either storing like lava kind of thing, or I was thinking of having a wealth kind of thing being stored in here too. So like you have like your different ores and kind of thing. Although I keep leaning towards lava, so I might just go with lava. Over here is the forge area. So this area was pretty interesting to build in. So this entire complex was actually using wool as the different blocks. So everything above there in terms of the blocks, so everything was covered in wool. So stone brick was originally gray wool. Polished andesite was actually light gray wool. So this was actually water. It was actually water. I couldn't put lava because it would burn through the wool and it would burn everything. So I chose to go with water. And same thing with this. This was also water. But this is actually supposed to be lava. Right? Yeah. Yeah, this is supposed to be lava. This is throwing me off a little bit. Okay, I think I know what it is. So you store the metal or whatever in here. So this is like your forge area. So then you take it, you go here, then you bang it with your hammer. Then when you want to sort of cool it down, you then throw it over here. And then if you want it to drip dry, it can go like right here kind of thing. And then you can display your big creations over here. That's pretty cool. So I'm going to throw this back in here so we can show this off. Hopefully it did. Okay, good, it did. Okay, so over here is actually a 19 automatic furnace array. So auto smelting, pretty much. So I'll show you how good it works. It actually works really well. Oh, by the way, I found Sniffer Egg. That's fun. I don't remember. I don't know. I'm not experienced with this at all. I have barely ever worked with it. So let's say we're gonna smelt. You know what? You know what? You know what? Let's go with ancient debris. Because why not? We are living life on the edge. So ancient debris, blocks of coal, run them. What the? Did it break the hoppers too? Okay, we're just gonna say it broke the hoppers. But pretty much it works. It works on 1.12. I did test it. It's gotta... No, it has to work. Hang on. Yeah, it's gotta work. Hang on, let's see here. Is it going too fast for it? Okay, let's see here. 43. Send them out. No, it's sending them out. But why is it only this area, though? Is it because of these blocks? Hang on a second. Eh. Let's see, is it just because of that reason? Hang on. I think it's going too fast. I think that's what it is. It's going too fast. Let me guess, you're emptied already. Pretty much. Okay. So that'll be something I have to fix on my own time then. I'll get it to work. I know in 1.12 it works because I tested with iron. And it drained it all from the hopper one. Anyway, this will be the final thing before I actually explain my reasoning for the top area. Anyway, these are going to be where the crafts are going to be stored, specifically from my 1.13 and my 1.14 world, like for the Sercacraft, pretty much. So here's going to be where the 1.13 version, I believe, is. These are proportional to each version. I think that's the right word. Pretty much these are fitted for those versions specifically. Oh no, I think these are, I think I made them universal. Never mind. I think I made them universal. They can be on any side. Yeah, the only difference is that one side looks better and the other one does not. So over here is the portal. So how it's supposed to work is that when these vehicles were to appear, same thing with Arcanix, except for I'm going to get to that in a second. So pretty much how this version works is that the vehicle will show up and they'll trip these wires. What happens is that normally what happens with when you trip a wire, obviously an alarm goes off. What these ones actually do is that these will actually connect to this platform over here and tell it to not activate right away. So once the vehicle has surpassed it, so once it's past this and it's no longer detecting anything and it's going straight to the opposite side, they tell this to immediately activate. This is actually a levitation platform to keep the vehicle or whatever's in there afloat, so it keeps them up. So then the vehicle doesn't need to do anything to keep itself up. This is already doing it. So now that the vehicle is up, you can then open up your trapdoors, create a path to the ship itself, store whatever, take whatever you need out of it. Obviously, these two need to be emptied because, well, I've already emptied them. All their stuff is in Arcanix. And so on and so forth. This is just the Minecraft equivalent of doing all that, where I just throw in, let's say, Revacraft, and then I click this, load, and then obviously Revacraft will load in here. And then same idea with this one. This one's just going to be called Sercacraft. There you go. And then obviously the other one's going to be a save, I think. I think I'm going to do it that way. So though instead of me having to go inside and doing the saving, I can just go in here. Obviously these are going to be blocked by trapdoors kind of things, so hey, that's going to be pretty cool. But yeah, that's pretty much what these are going to be for. That's what this system is supposed to be. It detects, obviously if the vehicle has barriers, this will be on the barrier line, which will go into that room right over there. So over here, so I didn't want to create this base into thinking though like Minecraft is the sole focus kind of thing. I want it to be semi-realistic. So that's why I thought that putting the alchemy table, this is going to be barrels. The alchemy table, and this is supposed to be water too. So that's why I put these normal alchemy tables in here as the alchemy area with nether wart, which this confused the heck out of me. Because I saw soul sand and I'm like, I didn't use soul sand for anything, and then I completely forgot about this. And over here is the enchanting room. Yeah, by the way, in case anybody's wondering, this actually does work. To 30, so it does work. So yeah, so that enchanting table that's up there, and the alchemy, and the brewing stands that are up here, they were not last minute, but they were like the last couple things. And I didn't want them to be used in terms of, instead of these, though. These are supposed to be, like, under realistic reasons of why Minecraft stuff is in here, but, like, for a small lab, in terms of Minecraft, you have to have a brewing stand, and in terms of, like, a study having an enchanting table is obviously very helpful. So if you thought that I had a lot of storage between the room that's over there, that room, that room, well, hold on to your hats. Here is the big giant storage room, pretty much. So obviously, same chest storage as before. This is going to be the wood is actually going to be scaffolding, so this is all going to be covered. Either that, or I'm going to throw trapdoors everywhere. All this area over here, and even this area over here. Yeah, this area has to change though. This is a from a different design, but yeah. So all of this is for storage. I'll never run out of storage again. And because this is going to be like my final base I'll ever build in Minecraft, I kind of tried to put up all the stops kind of thing. Like I tried to throw a lot of things in here. So over here is where Rosaria base will reside. So as I said though, this is where the barrier line is supposed to. Oh my god, I love you. I forgot I did that change. So anyway, so here's where all of this stuff is technically supposed to be. So obviously all this stuff is broken, blah, blah, blah. We're not going to go into that broken record again. And all the player heads are broken too, yay! So this is where Rosaria base is going to be stored. Now you might be wondering, why does Rosaria base have structure void blocks instead of what it's supposed to have, which is barriers? Well, again, to the lore of this place, though, Sancturia has a very powerful barrier, pretty much, or shield, pretty much. That what it does is it overloads any shields that are within it. Which means, though, that I think Arcanix still has its barriers, but they'll be removed in the final version. And obviously, Rosaria base already has its barrier removed because, again, it is inside this area, which means that it is inside this. Like, it is inside this area, which means that it cannot have its barrier kind of thing. And again, this has the similar idea though. So once these systems trip, this system over here levitates and it keeps Rosaria base floating. And the cool thing is that, like, I mean, this was an unintentional decision, but I think it's worthwhile to change this side as well. Just because, like, all the other areas have this design, I think it would be kind of weird for Rosaria base to be the only one that's different. Yeah, all of them have the green paneling. So I think that I should probably change Rosaria base's area. Unless I want Rosaria base to be unique. Which, obviously, I do. Obviously, I spent a lot of work on it, but, yeah, I mean... It having the only unique levitation pad, I don't think is really... I don't think it's really needed. So, yeah, I think I'm going to change this to lime green, though. But pretty much, yeah. The one thing is that, okay, so this is facing north. Yeah. I'm wondering if I should make Rosaria base face... So I've been thinking of flipping this base around so that it still looks the same, but the orientation is reversed. So instead of Rosaria base facing north, it'll be facing south. Instead of Arcanix facing, like, south, it'll be facing north kind of thing. So I'm going to play around with that, maybe on my own time. So this is pretty much how Rosaria base will leave. So I think Rosaria base facing... So if north is this way... Yeah, so Rosaria base will have to face south. So that way, though, like, you can get all your... So you can get all the goodies kind of thing over here kind of thing, and then you can leave out here kind of thing. So how Rosaria base actually gets in here is actually very clever. So if you do not remember this, Rosaria base has the ability of deploying an end portal underneath the area. Again, I don't really care if it breaks anything. It'd be kind of funny if it did. Oh my word, it doesn't. That is amazing. That is future design right there. As like I knew this was gonna happen. Anyway, I can deploy an end portal here. But pretty much what Rosaria base, or not Rosaria base, pretty much what this base can do is, despite the fact that there's a lack of computers and anything scientific mumbo jumbo kind of thing, anything in here, what this actually is supposed to do is that this is supposed to send this portal to open up so that way the Rosaria base can drop. Just like I have imagined with this end portal. Oh, it kind of clips through it. Oh, right, yeah, I know why it does this, because I didn't actually do my due diligence when I switched the version, but then again, it still drops. Anyway, so how this ship actually goes into the end is that you cut the hover engine. Give me a second. Here we go. Is that you cut these little thrusters here that keep it afloat. You cut these off with power or whatever kind of thing, and then the whole base will drop. And pretty much how the end portal will be is that when you drop, you'll drop through the portal, and this entire ship will end up in the end. And that's kind of how this whole system is going to be. Except for this system, it's going to be slightly different. So, oh, right, it gets rid of both portals. Yeah, I definitely have to work on that. But anyway, so when Rosaria base is having a distress call kind of thing and is like under attack or whatever, pretty much they call the control center, which is pretty much up here. And what control center is going to do is that they're going to go, okay, so we're going to send a